Good day, neighbors and niggers. Claws. I don't know who I am. I guess today I'll be Dean. I like Dean. He's my favorite. So I'm going to be Dean this week. Anyway, we start off with Desna and this mystery white man that I couldn't get nobody to tell me in the last video if it was a Roller or not. We found out it is. Girl. It's Roller. And that's when I realized that, oh, this is a dream. She wakes up because Dean is banging on the door like, Desna, sis, we're not going to have all that you've got going on today. You need to get it together. And so she opens the door. She's like, I'm fine. It was just a nightmare, you know, yada, yada. And, you know, you need to get some rest because you got training in a little bit. So, you know, she calms him down. They go back to sleep, I guess, whatever. We swoop over to the salon. Polly is in there doing nails. Gina Torres, who, first of all, I live for. I don't know, you watch my face light up. I live for Gina Torres, like I always have, I always will. I feel like she should be on Greenleaf, playing Grace's, like, adopted, like, not, you know, given away at birth sister or something, because they look, you know, similar to me. That's, excuse me, that is neither here nor there, though. Gina Torres pops into the salon and is giving, Heather, what are you doing here? Why are you doing nails? And Polly's giving, hey, so I'm writing a novel, because her voice changed and everything. It was still Southern, but it was you know, I'm trying to work it out here. It was like a rich white woman. Anyway, she said she's writing a novel about a nail salon, so she decided to come down here and get down and dirty with the regulars, just so her novel, you know, will have some truth to it. And she does Gina Torres' nails, and I'm like, Gina Torres, you can't tell. But she just, I mean, because Candace and Virginia come in, and they're talking to Polly, and Polly is, you know, she's putting on the voice, and Virginia's like, why are you talking like that? Like, Gina, that would have been enough for me, personally, to pick up what's tea. But she didn't pick it up. And then she starts discussing the dramas, you know. Candace comes in and she's talking about, you know, they're looking for, you know, the men who killed Roller, and then Polly is like, aren't those the men who kidnapped you? To Virginia, and Virginia's like, yeah, they're the dudes that kidnapped me. Why are we repeating this? And Gina Torres is like, ooh, just very impressed. You know, they're such colorful figures. I'm like, girl, this is too much for me. Let's see. Dean is getting ready for his workout. He's stretching down boots. You know, he's got his headband on. He's giving you, you know, stretches, lunges, and all of these things. And Desna's reading a magazine. Logistically, this particular portion did not make sense to me, because when I pick up a magazine to read, I don't have one in here. I used to have a magazine in my seat, but I have this book. When I pick up this book, I'll look at the cover, and I'll say, interesting. And then I'll start flipping, you know, turning the pages in the book. Desna apparently does not do that. She picks up a book and just doesn't look at the cover and just starts reading it, because Dean looks at the cover of the magazine and he starts freaking out, like big freak out. And Desna looks at the cover and is like, oh, dang it. Dean, put your hands in the air. We're going to play your favorite song, you know, to get him to calm down. And I'm like, you should have seen that, that as soon as the magazine entered your house, or even before, if you brought it in yourself, you should have known that these people are on the cover and not to have this around your brother, because you know how he, but whatever. You know, he's got his hands up, and we listen to a song about the wings of love, and then Uncle Daddy calls and says, you know, that they have to pay $500 every Friday to, you know, pay up what they lost. And Desmond's like, that's gonna take another year, you know. And you know, me and the rest of us, we know that this is, you know, all lies, because he's the one that stole the money himself. But, you know, he's trying to buy another year out of them, yada yada. It was annoying. And then, you know, Desna is driving. She's decided to cancel Dean's appointment, you know, his exercise ditty, and take Dean to work with him. But while they're driving, you know, she's giving, say it with me, I'm fine, you're fine, the Coonses cannot hurt us. And Dean is saying that, but he don't believe it. You know, he's like, I want to kill them. I want to gouge their eyes out and murder them. And Desna's like, this is going to take some time. Say it with me, Dean. I'm fine. You're fine. The Coonses cannot hurt us. I'm fine. You're fine. You know. Let me see. Gina is, you know, we're still in the salon. Gina's in there and she's telling a story about some twins and some sex and micro penises. And I'm just like, can't be bothered with that. And while they're doing that inside, Dean won't get out of the car. Desna's trying to go into work, but she's trying to get Dean to get out of the car. He won't get out of the car. Candace comes out. You know, I'm thinking, okay, well, Candace may be able to talk to him, get him out the car. He still won't get out the car. And then I see Virginia come out. I said, Virginia's definitely going to get him out of the car, because they are best friends. And Virginia, as soon as she walks out, I guess he looked in the rearview mirror and saw her coming out. He immediately got out the car, like instantly out the car. And I'm like, their relationship is so cute. Oh my gosh, this is adorable. I hope they don't try to make it like a romantic thing and just keep it as like very cute best friends. But it's so cute. He gets out the car, you know, he says hello to Virginia. I believe he speaks Vietnamese to her. She speaks Vietnamese back. And, you know, they go on in the building. Let's see. We swoop over to the pharmacy. Desna fronts $2,000 because she wants 10 times the distribution, and she wants to raise the profit. They can't do that without the money, so Desna, you know, appears with, you know, $20,000, dollars. And the girls are like, where'd you get this money? I know she stole it from Rolo. But she tells Kenneth that she got it, you know, from her personal fund, which I get, you know, if you steal something, you put it in your personal fund, then yeah, you did. Anyway, Polly and Gina are having a tennis match. Now, earlier, Desna had told Polly, you know, you don't really need to be doing this. It's probably ain't the best idea. She's like, girl, I'm just going to have tennis with her. It's no big deal. I'm trying to, you know, work my way back into, you know, relationships with, not you niggas. And Desna's like, what are you going to do about the ankle bracelet? You've got an ankle bracelet. How you going to play tennis with an ankle bracelet? Polly found a way. She decides to have a tennis match in cowboy boots. I have those very same boots. So I think they're fashionable. And yeah, they're playing tennis. And then Gina is like, well, let's have massages, you know, outside. And Polly goes and has a massage with the boots on. And whatever. I'm a scooch over to something else right quick. They need ideas for money. Desna's like, we need ideas. I need money. Polly said something about a bake sale. Virginia said something about Rubber Glove Day, and I'm just like, I'm not sure, but I'm disgusted. Candace says she raised money for 2 abortions in high school by having a bikini day. And they mentioned, let's wear our Vanity 6 outfits from, you know, when we did the karaoke. Virginia don't know who Vanity 6 is. I'm like, how old is she supposed to be? Because I am 23. I've known who Vanity 6 is my whole life. Karuchi is 30 in real life. That would put her in a group in a time where you probably do know about Vanity 6. I feel like 30 years ago they probably had a hit on the radio. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they probably did. Anyway, while they're discussing all of this and they're telling, you know, Virginia who Vanity 6 is, yada yada, Uncle Daddy says, you know, comes through the back door and tells Virginia that he needs her outside. And she goes outside, everybody else goes outside. I'm like, he ain't called for y'all, but okay. And when they get back, you know, to the back of the salon or whatever, I'm like, I hope y'all lock the front door, because what about y'all customers, but whatever. They're asking, Uncle Daddy and brother nephew are asking, you know, do you know this man? They pull a man out the trunk. And he works at Tittis Incorporated, and he had a beef with Roller. Is this the man? And if I were Virginia, sad to say, I would have said, yeah, seems like that may be the man. I think that's him. That's definitely him. That's what I would have said. But Virginia's like, no, I didn't see him. And she, you know, Uncle Daddy's like, ask him his name. She's like, what's your name, sir? He says his name. And she's like, it doesn't sound like him. And, you know, Uncle Daddy tells her to ask him another question. She asks him another question. He speaks some more. And she's like, no, that's not him. It's not him. Uncle Daddy shoots him anyway. And I'm like, I knew he was going to shoot him anyway. You may as well have just said that's him. And we could have, you know, scooched all, you know, around the situation. But whatever, though. And let me see. What's her name? Desna, you know, after all of this is giving, girl, what are you doing? I thought you made up titties. And Virginia admits that she read it off of a bag in Kenneth's office, which, you know, would put them in the same kind, you know, okay, listen, this is what I'm trying to say, because I'm having a hard time with this. The bag that said Titus on it would, how can I put this? It's in my head, but I can't say it. He worked at the company that distributed the drugs for the pharmacy. Roller and him have interacted before, so it would have made sense to just say, yes, that's him. You know, he killed him. She, you know, this who it is, whatever. I don't know why I'm having such a struggle getting this out. This is truly a struggle review, but I struggle every day, so, you know, whatever. I should have named my channel Struggling Reviews instead of Rambling Reviews, but I'm rambling pretty good today, so I guess it all comes together. Let me see. Polly then, you know, this is when Polly goes to tennis. Gina's sugar daddy's on his deathbed. And her Kegel ball falls out after tennis. And I'm just like, what is we doing? And then Gina Torres tells Polly, let's go back to your place. Let's do this. Let's do that. And Polly's like, girl, my place is being renovated. And this prompts Gina to say, well, you can just move into our guest house. That's not what I would have said. I would be like, girl, please, we'll, sweep the sawdust to the side. We'll have a little cocktail, some martinis or something. Or, girl, we could just go, party at a hotel or something, yada, yada. Or you can come by, we'll just chill, hang out, and then you can go home later. But I wouldn't have said you can move into my guest house. I just wouldn't have said it. I wouldn't have said it. Me wouldn't have said it. Whatever. We swoop back over there, end up having a bikini-ish bake sale. The girls seem to be in swimsuits and serving baked goods. Now, when they said bikini car wash, I'm thinking, what is young M.A. Judy gonna be wearing? Is she gonna wear a bikini? Because Judy Reyes does have, a curvaceous, a good shape for a bikini. So I'm like, is she gonna be wearing a bikini? Because that would tickle me to see young M.A. Judy in a bikini. But they had her dressed up as a giant pill. She was the mascot. Brother, nephew. Okay, so Candace's daughter calls and it's like, something's wrong with daddy. Brother, nephew was over there trying to cook dinner. They get over there. He's covered in blood, burning up some food. And I'm like, logistically, how? Because when Candace left the house this morning, did she just leave the kids and say, your daddy will be here after a while? Or what? How did you not see this man covered in blood before you left? Because I haven't seen them with like a babysitter, I don't think. And looks like if brother nephew would have come and relieved the babysitter probably would have called Candace and said, your husband, he's trying to relieve me, but he's covered in blood and he acting real crazy. Like, how did we get to you gone, you don't know your husband is covered in blood and crazy, you all out on the town, but he at home with the kid? Like, I don't understand in my mind how, but whatever though. They get over there, and they see that he's covered in blood, he's burning up the food, yada yada, and they, try to get him together. Young M.A. Judy suggests that they should poach the other pharmacy's customers to try to help raise the money so we can get brother, nephew, and Desna out of this situation. And Roller, he just keeps popping up, getting on my nerves. I don't care for it. And then we swoop over to the mansion, the grand dame of his own home, Uncle Daddy, is laid out in the yard, by the poolside, and they're having a synchronized swimming function. And Sissy, our niece, is in the water, who I called the twink. I believe I called him on the first episode. I'm gonna go ahead and call her our good sister. I'm gonna figure out a name for her, but this episode, this review, I'm gonna call her our good sister. Our good sister is in the middle of the synchronized swimming function, and she's giving synchronization, and it's cute. And Uncle Daddy's laid out on the side, and he's watching, and I'm like, this is disgusting. Just Uncle Daddy being gross, just laying there, it's just gross to me. Let's see. So Polly, we swooping back over. Polly goes in. She says hello to Ted, who is Gina's husband, the old decrepit one. He hollering mama. And I'm like, did your mama look like Polly? It doesn't make sense. And this is when they go have outdoor massages. Her ankle bracelet starts beeping. And I'm like, sis, how? Why? Is it... Okay, so listen, I've never been under house arrest. I don't understand ankle bracelets in real life, but on TV, usually you can go to work and you can pretty much go home. You might be able to go to the store, but you have to be in this little radius with the ankle bracelet. Polly's all over town. She's doing everything. And the thing starts beeping, and I'm like, is it beeping because you're out of range? Is it beeping because your battery's low? Like, what are we doing? And these are things you should have known before you went to the house. Like, all of this should have been taken care of before you got over there, but whatever. And then the masseuse is like, the beeping's coming from her boot. Gina starts into, are you recording me? Did Ted's lawyers, have you recording me? And I'm like, why would Ted don't even know who he is or where he at? How's he trying to record you? Like, what would he be recording you doing? It doesn't make sense. And then Gina grabs the boot, and I'm like, girl, if you was a real one, you would have been off that table running as soon as the thing started beeping. You'd have been gone. But you ain't a real one. So Gina grabs the boot, sees the ankle bracelet, and she goes into, I went down for Otto, his real estate fraud, yada yada. And Gina's like, Otto wasn't doing real estate fraud, he was doing something else. And she's like, all right, you got me. I am a grifter. I'm just out here trying to make a little money conning the girls. My mama was a teacher. She taught special ed, and my daddy made car interiors, and it was a mess. And I'm like, so you weren't in the cult? You didn't have to marry the leader of the cult? I'm sitting here feeling bad for you, and I've been lied to? Or are you lying now? What's the truth, Polly? What's tea? And she goes on into that, and Then Gina's like, get out of my house. And she's like, girl, I just conned you like you conned your husband. We both con artists. Let's be good girlfriends. And Gina's like, I'm going to call the police if you don't get out of my house. And then Polly goes and calls her a bee and, you know, storms off. And I'm like, so white of you. So white of you. I would have been like, okay, girl, I'm sorry I disappointed you. I conned you for your friendship, not really for your money. I'm sorry, you know. I'll be at the nail salon. Just think it over. I really want to be your friend. And I would have left. And I would have kept conning her. Because I'm really convincing and making people think that I care about them. And she would have been like, I ain't got no friends. Polly is a good friend. Let me go back. Or Heather, as she thought her name was. Let me go back and be good girlfriend. I'm going to give her another try. I'm a master at getting folks to give me another. I don't never deserve another try. Let me stop telling my tea. Sometimes I do deserve another try. But a lot of times I get the girls just to let me back in. Just, you know, for the scam. I'm a scammer. What can we do? Anyway, brother nephew suspects treachery. And he's looking all over and he asks Kenneth what the code is, and Kenneth says it's Roller's birthday and that he was stupid to have everything be his birthday, yada yada. And then he opens the safe and sees there's a gun in there. So now he's thinking too hard. And while he's doing that, Polly calls Desna and is like, I can't do it no more. I'm sick of it. And I'm like, what are you sick of? You sick of living like a nigga? We sick of it too. Like, girl, like, you live in a hotel, okay? So do Neffy and Solo. And like, what are you shook about? Like, just be poor for a little while. Get back on your feet, work these little nails, and get some money and get you a little home. Like, sick of being poor. Like, I hate when it gets on my nerves when white people live like everyday black people and they just be too shook to live. It's like, girl, we live like this all the time. What are you doing? I don't have air conditioning in my car. Like, what are you doing? Like, I'm sweating down. What's the problem? Whatever. Anyway, she can't do this anymore. I'm like, Lord, it's probably gonna kill herself. It's too much. And so Desna goes and sits with her out in front of the salon, and she's crying down boots, looked like she was eating a banana and going through. And she says she misses Ramon. And I'm like, who is Ramon? Who that is? And she goes on about how she can't do it, yada, 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 yada. And Desna, you know, the mother she is giving her, you be alright, you cool, you know, it's all good. And, shut up. And all of that. Anyway, Russian Mima is back. And she says, you know, she mentions Roller, and Desna tells her Roller is passed on. She says, a strong boy like that don't make no sense. And she says, unfortunately, he was killed. And then Mima goes into, well, back where I come from, when the girls get killed, we kill back. And I'm like, what are you trying to say, Mima? What is the point? What are the Russians here for? I can't wait to get into what they're here for. Desna shook. You know, she gives Desna a $100 bill. And I'm like, I need to get into the nail industry. And she's like, good to see you, Desna. And then she you know, she goes off. I really did give you a Das Vitania voice just then. Let me see. So I didn't wake up yesterday morning and say, you know what, I really want to see Gina Torres' booty cheeks. Like, I didn't wake up and that's not what happened, but that's what I saw last night before I went to bed. Sitting there, you see Gina Torres, and the outfit was, you know, kind of a look. She's got on this little mistresses, matriarch, what do you call it? The BDSM dominatrix. These are the words I'm looking for. Look. And she's on top of this man, and she's giving, you know, whips and chains excite me. And I'm just like, okay, Rihanna. And, you know, the girls are standing up on her balcony, much like in Potomac, how Karen and Ray were looking over the balcony, giving a good wave. The girls were up there giving, I got you on camera. And Gina turns around and is like, what are you doing? And Polly's like, I'm blackmailing you. And she's like, what do you want? They said, what they say, $1,500 or $15,000? And I'm like, either way, I feel like you could have got much more, but whatever. So they get this little money, I believe. We swoop over to, what did I say I was going to call her? Our good girlfriend? Desna and our good girlfriend are good girlfriends. And, you know, she walks in, Desna walks in, and our good girlfriend is like, hey girl. Desna's like, hey girl, how you doing? You know, she picked out her titties, so she's in a good mood. And she's like, is Roller here? He's going to want, I mean, not Roller, Jesus. Roller's in the great beyond. Is Uncle Daddy here? He's going to want to see this. And she, you know, flashes a wad of money. And, our good girlfriend is like, just left. Trying to figure out, you know, brother nephew figured out who killed Roller. And, so Desna shook because she thinks they know it's him. I mean, her. Jesus, I'm having a hard time here. So she calls the girls. The girls went with her to drop off the money. So she comes out and the girls are out there and she's like, did he start charging interest? Because she comes out with a wad of money in her hand. I'm like, I would have put that in my purse, but whatever. And she's like, no, he's not here. They found out, you know, who killed Roland. Desna jumps from the back of the truck like, did they say who did it? I'm like, you look so guilty right now. You look obviously guilty. Y'all may as well just tell the girls it was y'all. And Desna's giving, I don't know. So she sends Polly, Candace, and Young and May Judy off and has Virginia stay with her. She's like, you go here, I'll go there, da da da. Candace gets on the phone with brother nephew, finds out that he thinks it's Kenneth. So she calls back Desna. Desna's like, that's crazy, it ain't Kenneth. And Kenneth's like, I know. So Desna's like, well, try to get hold of him, find out where he is. I'm trying to find out where Kenneth is. We swoop over to Kenneth. Kenneth is at his ex-wife's wedding, engagement party or whatever. And he's drunk down boots, and he's over there, he's trying to ruin the party, and he's talking about their sex life and all of this. And I'm like, I just didn't need any of this. I didn't need even a slice of it. And as they are escorting him out the party, he gets kidnapped. And I'm like, ooh, oh no. You know, I thought Desna was going to get to him, and they was all going to be running together, running hide. Desna goes home, tells Dean to pack a bag. Dean is like, what is we packing a bag for? I can't be bothered to be packing this bag now. I'm trying to mind my business here. And tells Dean to pack a bag, and he's like, can we stay with Virginia? And I'm like, oh, his best friend. I love it so much. And so apparently they're going to a hotel or something like that. And that was it. That was Claws. It was good. I can't wait till next week. Every episode is just really good. I enjoy the show a lot. Like, comment, and subscribe. All of my information down below. Matea's GoFundMe down below. And I have a new Facebook like page that I would love y'all to check out down below. And I will catch y'all tomorrow for Daytime Divas and Basketball Wives. It's going to be a good time. I'm going to probably be annoyed with the Basketball Wives, but, you know, when am I not? You know, it just in my regular day, just my casual any day, I think about Jackie Christie and I get annoyed. So it won't be any different than usual. Anyway, I'll see y'all. Peace.